maybe my dinner of the week. Achievable, that might adjust your time.
Season. Let's talk about some seasonal occupations, like being a teacher. Then
tough to raise one child, let alone, 11 children.
Oh, let me tell you, I come over here, I got like 8 to 10 just on Saturday. It was crazy.
So of course, everybody was there.
With us on this coming up on Saturday, June 24th, really started because of my own personal journey.
Actually, maybe my dinner of the week. Achievable, that might adjust your time.
Season. Let's talk about some seasonal occupations, like being a teacher. Then
tough to raise one child, let alone, 11 children.
oh, let me tell you, I come over here, I got like 8 to 10 just on Saturday. It was crazy.
So of course, everybody was there.
With us on this coming up on Saturday, June 24th, really started because of my own personal journey.
Actually, maybe my dinner of the week. Achievable, that might adjust your time.
Season. Let's talk about some seasonal occupations, like being a teacher. Then
tough to raise one child, let alone, 11 children.
oh, let me tell you, I come over here, I got like 8 to 10 just on Saturday. It was crazy.
So of course, everybody was there.
With us on this coming up on Saturday, June 24th, really started because of my own personal journey.
Actually, maybe my dinner of the week. Achievable, that might adjust your time.
Season. Let's talk about some seasonal occupations, like being a teacher. Then
tough to raise one child, let alone, 11 children.
oh, let me tell you, I come over here, I got like 8 to 10 just on Saturday. It was crazy. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How'd you like our new commercial? We doing some big things over here at Gold Wellness Circle. I'm Deborah Dixon-Anderson from Gold Wellness Circle and from Light of Gold PR. Happy Wonderful Wednesday and Happy Wellness Wednesday. So let me tell you a little bit about Gold Wellness Circle. It really started as an initiative back in 2020. When COVID first started, none of us could come out. We started doing wellness programming via Zoom just to build a sense of community. And then, of course, things changed and we were able to do things outside. And now we're doing inside events, whether it's Zumba, exercise, yoga, meditation. We do all of that at our fitness events. And we're really excited about getting started this summer with doing some fitness events in New York City and in New Jersey. So just to let you know about our upcoming events, Thursday, May 16th, we have our Gold Business Connect Speed networking event that will be happening at the Aloft in Harlem. We're super excited about that. If you go to our lightofgoldpr.com website, you will find that event on our upcoming events page. And we have a landing page there too. The event will be from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Aloft in Harlem. Right at 124th Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard. It's going to be so much fun. We make it fun. I'm usually running around screaming, encouraging everybody to go ahead and network. And then you know what? We switch it up, and then we go ahead and meet other people, and we network with other people all within that time frame. We're going to have advertising opportunities, vendor opportunities. So make sure you reach out to us. So the other thing that I'm super excited about is our skincare tips webinar that we're going to have coming up in honor of Mother's Day. So, and beautiful Jamila Hankerson, she's a licensed esthetician, and she is going to be one of our guests, and she's an expert in all things skin. And she's also the founder and owner of Mix It Up Body Products LLC. Welcome, Jamila.
Thank you so much for having me, Miss Deborah.
Yes, we're happy to have you. And Jamila also has been working with us with our Go Business Connect event. She was there at our Women's Wellness event. You can see her in our CBS News coverage. It was like, that was in almost every video, every angle in this in our coverage, which I love that. So definitely excited to have you as one of our partners and fellow team members as well. So this is all about skincare, especially for busy women. I'm one of them. I'm also a breast cancer survivor. I could say honestly that my skin has changed as I've gotten older, but it's also changed because my skin was compromised when I had to undergo chemo and radiation, and that ended up being a 1-year journey. So, but business women in general, whether they've had health challenges or not, we're always juggling all of these activities, whether it's family, kids, social activities. We're always doing so much. And sometimes we forget to take care of our skin. And then the seasons change, right? So does our skin. The audience is watching. Please drop your questions into the comments, into the chat. Our Light of Gold and Gold Wellness Circle team will be monitoring that. If you have any questions as we go along, for Jamila and myself. So talk to us, Jamila. What advice do you have? Just we could start with something that we should just keep in mind for the seasons. We're leaving the winter months, sort of. When the weather starts to make up its mind and Mother Nature.
Right.
Said, okay, what is it going to be in the 50s or is it going to be in the 70s? So when when she makes up her mind, what kinds of things should we keep in mind for the spring and summer months?
The biggest things we need to keep in mind for the spring and summer months, even during weather like this, sunscreen.
Yes.
I know it's a weird misconception, even on a cloudy day, you need to have sunscreen because the UVA and UVB rays, the UVA rays are the radiation rays, the UVB rays are the burning rays. These rays still go through the clouds. It doesn't matter what filter you have. Even the filter of your complexion can still be something. And this was a big misconception that I grew up with, thinking because I'm a dark-skinned woman that I don't need to use sunscreen. Big misconception. No one is exempt from melanoma. No one is exempt from cancers of many different sorts. And for people that have a darker skin tone, it's a lot harder for you to detect it. There are a lot of textbooks that we're now starting to sort out the differences of what different skin conditions look like on different complexions. So it's really important to just pay attention to any changes you have going on in your skin. And my number one tip, sunscreen. This is something that I incorporated into my skincare routine, and it made a big difference. I
Mhm.
am guilty of the crew neck. I'm a part of the crew neck team. In the 90s, we had a lot of crew necks, no sunscreen. So all of this didn't get a chance to catch up with the face.
Yeah.
So one of my goals were to make sure that I had an even skin tone. And in order to do that, we have to protect our skin.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, I think it's so important. It is such a common misconception that we don't think that we need to have sunscreen as people of color, as Black people, as Black women. I can tell you from going on cruises with my husband Rick, and we'll go on a cruise and we're thinking, oh, we don't need sunscreen. When we will come back, our skin will be beat down. I mean, we will have, I mean, Rick especially, he'll just sit out in the sun, bake, and then next thing you know, he's got a rash, he's got all this stuff
Mhm.
going on with his skin. It's because he didn't put any sunscreen on. So we are religious now about using sunscreen. It doesn't matter whether we're out in the Caribbean or out in the sun, or whether we're locally here in New Jersey and New York, and we are at a barbecue and it's 90 degrees in July. You know,
Right.
it doesn't matter. And we're sitting in an outdoor concert and all the sun is just beating down on us. And we've seen it happen even locally at home where he's like, what's this rash? And I still remember him going to the doctor. It's like, that's sunburn. You know, we're just
Mm,
not used to seeing it, but we do get it.
you're
And so,
so right.
yeah. So that sunscreen is a big one. We definitely need to use that.
Yes.
Um,
And a
yeah.
bonus onto that tip, because I
Mhm.
know it has to become a new skincare habit that you have to incorporate in your routine.
Yes.
So the rule of thumb, the SPF has to be at least 30 or higher. Any higher than that, you're never going to get fully to 100%. I had to research that myself because I wondered what's the difference. So
Mhm.
the rule of thumb,
Yes.
the number of the SPF is the amount of time you can be outside for without any interruptions with any irritation to the skin. That's what they say. You have to
Mhm.
experiment with what works for your skin. For me, I gear toward getting a sport related type because it's really good with sweat resistance and water. So I like to use that. What I'll do is I'll add it next to my body butter or whatever moisturizer I have. So although maybe the first week or two you may not catch it, but you'll start to see it and it'll start to plant a seed in your mind that says, oh, I need to put on the sunscreen. And eventually, after what, the fifth to sixth day, you might get sick of telling yourself it and you might grab that sunscreen. So
Yeah.
it's just a way to incorporate a newer habit in there because we
Right.
can give tips all day, but if we don't find ways to make simpler suggestions to incorporate it in your routine, then this is all for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So for anyone who's watching, we are going to stream this over. We will probably take the video and put it into some other areas. And so even if you miss this live, please still put some questions into the chat. Our team will pull those questions and we can get some responses to you from Jamila still, even after we do this live stream. So we'll be on until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just wanted to give you a heads up. Right now it's about 12:40, so we have about 20 minutes left. So you know what we should do, Jamila? Why don't we talk about some stats, some statistics? So
Yes.
according to the American Academy of Dermatology, 1 in 27 men and 1 in 40 women in their lifetime will be diagnosed with melanoma, and the average age of diagnosis is 65 years old. So yeah, let's talk about that.
I think that's a bit scary considering how
Right.
late you can be diagnosed with melanoma and how dangerous it can be.
Yeah.
It, those two things, we need to close that gap. And I think it's a matter of one, not being able to identify the different moles that you have on your skin,
Hmm. Yes.
not paying attention to it, not knowing what to look out for. So it's really important to pay attention to your skin. Our skin is the
Yes.
largest organ that we possess. And it'll tell you a lot about your moisture levels, your health in other different ways. It'll start to
Mhm.
give you warning signals about other health related issues if you pay attention
If we
to
pay
noticing the
attention.
changes in your skin. So
Yeah.
I recommend going to see a dermatologist at least once a year. I
Hmm.
didn't start doing that until I would say 2016, and that's when I was diagnosed with having alopecia. So
Mm.
for me, it's really important to just see the doctor to create a mark, to create a start to when you are getting evaluated. So they know, okay, this is your standard. Since this is the first time we're seeing you, this is what it looks like. So when anything else pops up, it'll be something to notice and pay attention to.
Yes, yes, I so agree with that because I think that a lot of times we get used to not paying attention to the signs. So, from a self-care standpoint. So let's talk about that a little bit too. From a self-care standpoint, it is so so difficult when we're just always running on all cylinders, right? We are just constantly busy and we stop paying attention to certain things. So that's why it's so important to have a self-care regimen, whether it's like meditation or walking, breathing, and learning to pay attention to the signs. But so many of us miss those signs, and the next thing we know, we get diagnosed with whatever health challenge that we're diagnosed with. So it's just important to pay attention to those signs. Are we developing a rash? Is there something that's happening? I know for me, I started noticing that my skin was really sensitive to, I mean, we had to change everything from how we wash our clothes, what we wash it with, all of those different things that for me changed being a breast cancer survivor and having had chemo and radiation. My skin is no longer the same. It's almost like starting all over again. It's like having baby skin. So just looking at the signs, even as we get older, maybe your system has not been compromised with chemo or radiation. Maybe it's just that you're getting older and your skin is changing. I like to kind of compare this to when we're younger and we outgrow certain things. Well, when we get older, it's almost like when we were younger and our skin changed, our system changed. Well, the longer we stay alive, our body goes through all these changes, right?
Yes, and I love the fact that you mentioned that, which goes right into the next tip that we have. Learning what type of moisturizer that you need to use for your skin is key, because what we need as teenagers changes in your 20s, and then
Yes.
your hormones change again in your 30s. They don't even tell you. It seems every 10 years or less, our hormones change our skin. And if you're not paying attention, you're not going to notice the changes. As we get older, we start losing collagen. It starts getting a little bit looser, the texture
Yes.
of our skin. And people that have more mature skin is what we would categorize it as.
Hmm.
It also gets doubled with dry skin, because it's just a lack of moisture that is taken out of the skin. The cell turnover it takes a lot less time. Well,
Yes.
it takes more and more time for the cell turnover to happen with your skin. When we're younger, on average, it's about 21 days. But when we
Mhm.
exfoliate, it accelerates that time period in which the skin cells decide to shed. So it's
Yes.
important to incorporate exfoliation into your routine.
Hmm.
Even once a week makes a difference. And there
Yes.
are two different kinds of exfoliation that are available. We have mechanical, which everyone knows what this is. It's just the technical word that we use for it in the SD world. Mechanical, something abrasive, whether it's a washcloth or a sugar scrub of some sort, something abrasive that you'll use to rub off the dead skin cells. And then
Right.
you have chemical, which we have our alpha hydroxy acids or our beta hydroxy acids. These are more enzyme type of low level chemical peel type of
Hmm.
products that are
Yes.
derived from natural agents like milk proteins or fruit. Different It's actually surprising, because when I was in aesthetic school and we were learning about the natural products that can be used for exfoliation, pineapple and papaya were one of them in particular. See, the
Yes.
thing about alpha hydroxy acids, because they're derived from natural fruits and sugars, there's a chance that it can irritate your skin. So
Hmm.
it's really important to test out the different things that work for your skin and experiment. You may not always have the tolerance for your skin at that moment to use something that's mechanical.
Right.
For example, if you're someone that suffers with if you're more acne prone and you have active breakouts, a sugar scrub is not a good idea because you will have a higher chance of spreading the germs around your face. So in an instance like that, I would recommend someone to use a chemical exfoliator. So I'm definitely team natural and team chemical. I think we should never be sold to just one realm of skincare. It's good to experiment with the different kinds to see what works best for you.
Yeah, because your skin may respond differently depending on where you are. So yeah, that totally makes sense. So let's talk about changing things like sheets and pillows.
Oh, I knew you'd mention it.
And let's talk about that.
Oh my goodness. When I was younger, I was guilty of having forehead breakouts, puberty. And I realized when my hair was relaxed, I would wash my hair every 2 weeks. That was the standard. Wash your hair every 2 weeks, and my scalp would be really itchy. My face will break out, and I'm wondering why. It's because the oil from my hair is laying on top of my skin. And if you're not changing your sheets often, if you're not changing your hair scarf at least once a week on average, this buildup is going to sit on your skin. And if you're either a person that showers at night versus a person that showers during the day, that can also dictate where the germs and the debris land on your skin.
Yes.
When I did this research, it made me cringe because I thought about a moment where I probably was guilty of this.
Yes.
Do you know Americans on average change their sheets once every 24 days?
Wow.
That's
my
terrible.
gosh.
Once every 3 weeks?
Every week, once a week. And you know what? I'm married to a germaphobe. Rick is like hardcore, intense. It must be once a week. And I appreciate that because the sheets, the pillowcases, everything has got to be washed every single week. Same thing, I'm a Black woman. I wear a bonnet at night to protect my hair. That has to be washed every week, So it's those types of things that we just have to be mindful of. And you start seeing little things, little outbreaks happen on your skin, and sometimes you don't know where it's coming from. That's where it's coming from. Sometimes it's just like, oils and debris or whatever is on what we sleep on. I mean, just from a hygiene perspective, look, this is real talk, right? Everybody, we're all adults here.
Yes, we're all adults. We keep it funky.
Just gotta
and to add the layer on. And to add the layer onto your point about changing the sheets with the debris. It is springtime. The pollen levels are higher than ever. My apologies, than ever. So this pollen is sticking on your hair when you go outside. It's sticking on your clothes. If you're not washing your clothes often, if you're not washing your hair often, this pollen is going to stick in that bonnet. This pollen's going to stick on the pillowcase. It's going to get all over everything. And if you're someone that suffers with allergies or you get contact dermatitis from allergens, you're more prone to breakouts. 2 years ago, I had this weird 2-month breakout from April to June, and I couldn't explain what it was. I had a toddler running around the house because I'm a great aunt. Had a toddler running around, so running all over the floor, jumping all over the beds, eating food, just messing up everything, and it really can cause breakouts. So it started out with a ringworm on my leg, and I went to get the cream to take care of it, no problem. This thing spread all over my body, all over my arms and legs and torso.
That's crazy.
And the doctors they couldn't identify exactly which fungal issue it was. It was 1 out of 3 fungal issues, but it was in the ringworm category. And it took 4 urgent care visits, 1 dermatology visit, and 2 to 3 different creams. Itching, burning sensations. I used black seed oil all over my body. It was a rough time. And when it was hot outside and you sweat, you're more likely to get flare-ups. So I would get new flare-ups as it's scaling off and dying away. I had to take a antifungal yeast infection pill internally for 2 weeks in a row on top of the cream for it to finally die down. And to this day, they still can't tell you what it is.
Oh my
After that,
goodness.
when I mean the level of changing my sheets, I
Yeah.
started changing my sheets even more than once a
Yeah.
week at that point.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't even wear one outfit. I sweat in it.
Mhm.
At that point,
Yeah.
I'm taking it off. We're not
Yeah,
even.
everything has to, I think really also because of COVID, we still need to be cleaning and sanitizing. We should not revert back to pre-COVID
Oh
time. Okay.
no,
This
no, no,
is
no.
not, we can't do that. We have to now, we're in a good place right now, but things will change when we come into the fall typically, right?
For sure.
So the sanitizing your floors, the counters, everything,
Doorknobs, light
doorknobs.
switches.
I still when it's cold, I usually still use gloves to before I touch things because I have gloves on when it's cold.
Mhm.
Or I'll take some like part of my jacket and I'll open a doorknob. I don't.
I don't
I'm
care. I
afraid
do stuff like that
touching-
too.
I'm afraid of touching. It's just different now. 4 years later.
Yes.
So we want to shout out, Jamila. I just want to shout out the people who are watching.
Oh
So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
and had questions on night skincare routine, night skincare
Ooh, the night
routine.
skincare routine. So,
What's that? And then shout out to Megan. We'll definitely get to your question. And thanks, Shamari, for watching.
hey
Thanks,
Shamari, how
everybody,
you doing? And thank you so
for
much,
watching.
ladies, for your
Thank
comments. I
you.
got you on the nighttime skincare
Yeah.
tip. So this is something I've been incorporating into my skincare routine for the past 3 or 4 years. I wash my face every night. I don't do like a super deep clean or anything because I exfoliate once a week and I also do a facial on myself every week. But the
Mhm.
nighttime routine, wash your face with a gentle cleanser. Make sure you follow it up with a toner because the toner is going to rebalance the acid levels on your skin, which we need to keep it between 4.5 and 5.5. The outside of our body is acidic and it helps to keep the germs down, which is great. So,
Mhm.
cleanser, toner, exfoliation if that's your weekly time that you're due for it.
Mhm.
Not a requirement. So, cleanser, toner. I use black seed oil.
Mhm.
I actually use a little
Yes.
bit of black seed oil on my face now at night and on my neck. Don't forget your neck, you guys. This is a part
Yes.
of the routine. This is a
Yes.
part of the routine. The neck and face, it's all a part of
Mhm.
your facial skincare routine. So
Yes.
you'll do a gentle cleanser, you'll do a toner. I use black seed oil and I use aloe vera gel at night now.
Wow.
I've been using aloe vera gel on my face at night. You don't have to open the plant. I don't recommend that if you haven't filtered it out and gotten rid of the pulp.
Yeah.
You can get
Mhm.
one from the store, from the beauty
Mhm.
supply store in your area, little
Yes.
small bottle.
Mhm.
And maybe you can follow it up with a face oil or a thick moisturizing cream, anything that you use at night. I don't
Mhm.
have a recommendation of specific products because I know different skin types need different types of things. And
Mhm.
whatever's working for you currently, I recommend you continue using it. I just
Yes.
like to add little tips and suggestions, and it
Yes.
brings out the beauty that you already have in your skin naturally. I promise.
Mhm.
So I
Okay.
hope that
Thank you,
gave some
Jamila.
suggestions.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So everyone, 6 minutes. We're going to be wrapping up.
Well, Megan, I got you.
I know it goes so
Acne,
quick.
Megan. One
Yes.
time,
Let's talk about. Is it Bacne?
yeah, she said
Bacne.
acne. So it turns out the same T-zone you have on your face, you probably have on your back. So if you have bacne, more than likely you have an oily combination skin on your face too. So I recommend treating your back the way you would your face. So every now and then you might have to get like one of those back stretchers or the exfoliating rags and
Mhm.
exfoliate at least once a week on your back. It makes
Mhm.
such a difference. Ever
Right.
since I started using those exfoliating gloves, it makes a true difference. Don't use them every day. I used to use them every day and I noticed my skin was really dry and irritated. So
Mhm.
I recommend 2 to 3 times a week tops. So even if you have to use your hand or a rag that's not as abrasive, I recommend that and using a moisturizing cream because I find that people that suffer with acne more likely to have dehydration in the skin as well. because a lot of people, they're not using as many things that are moisturizing because they think oily is moisture, and it's not. Moisture is actually water and not oil. And that's a big misconception when it comes to selecting the proper skincare. So
Yes.
I would recommend exfoliating at least once a week on your back. And if you use a mask on your face, I say bentonite clay. A bentonite clay mask every once in a blue on the back, it might help to just clarify. Let me type that in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Bentonite clay, because that's Aztec Secrets. They're the main brand. They sell it for about $10, and it's a clay that you could get from the beauty supply store in your area too.
Right. Right. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome, Jamila. Thank you so much. So everyone, I'm dropping in the chat. Please go to our lightofgoldpr.com page. In our virtual events area, you'll see that we are also going to be having a wonderful webinar. Now, we're still trying to lock down the date, but we
Yes.
guarantee you we will get you that date as soon as we can. It will probably be early May. And it will probably be during the week, possibly. And we'll have a promo code for you to attend. It's going to be very reasonable, a great 2-hour webinar. We're also going to be bringing in a natural hair expert, Dawn Dixon Barber. Yes, she's related. She's my second.
Hey, I cannot wait because I need as many hair tips and suggestions as possible. And
Yeah.
you guys, we're gonna do an interactive activity at that Mother's Day.
Yes.
We're gonna make our own facial oil, you guys.
That's
And
going to be
it doesn't matter what
awesome.
your skin type is. It could be oily, it could be combination, it could be dry. You just have to select what kind of skin type you have in the notes when you get your ticket. And if you want to participate, we will send you a box.
Yes.
And you'll be able to do the live at the same time. I'm really excited for that.
I'm so excited about that. So we're going to use our Gold Wellness Circle website and Light of Gold PR to post all of this. You'll be able to register this. Let me tell you about the pricing. If you use the promo code, it'll give you $10 off. Instead of being $49.95 or $49.99, it will be $39.99. And you'll be able to get some product ahead of time. And we can go ahead and work together to mix it and to do all of this wonderful stuff to it. And it will be great for you to use for your skin. So you definitely want to attend this webinar. I promise you, we will have the date soon, and we will have the links up soon at those links that I'm dropping, goldwellnesscircle.com. We have an events link, and it will be on our Light of Gold PR page as well in our virtual events link. So you will be able to find it there. Listen, if you can't find what you need, you can message us through the Light of Gold PR website. We will get back to you. We have a team that will follow up with you, but look for us to have all of this finalized by the end of the week. So also with Emerald Artistry, Dawn Dixon Barber will be talking about natural hair tips. How do you take care of your hair? What kinds of products should you use? All of that. So we'll have the skincare part covered with Jamila, and we'll have the natural hair covered by Dawn. So you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck for that. We're just going to take one last question, and it looks like let's see. How do you know which facial wash, toner, and moisturizer to use? I break out using the over-the-counter products, and it's Letters Are Us, a Bee's Den. So let's go ahead, and that'll be our last question, and then we're going to roll off because it's 1 o'clock.
Thank you so much for asking that question, Lettuce R Us. That's how you know. If it is breaking you out, it is not the right product for you at all. We like to use things that are close to natural. If it's making your skin break out, that just means that some of these products over the counter, they might be too drying for your skin. They might be a little too irritating. I mean, we can always go over a quiz on the side, and I can help you identify something that might help you a little bit better. Because there could be many different reasons why your skin is getting irritated. Lifestyle, genetics, hormones, a lot of things do affect it. But
and
that's
stress.
Oh my gosh, stress.
Let's not forget about how our skin reacts to our emotions. That's why
Yes.
The self-care, let's go. Self-care, that means maybe you need to make some changes in your life. If you are going on all cylinders and not taking care of your health, and you just go from one day to the other, just chasing, running, not resting, when you stay in that, it will wreak havoc with your body, and that includes your skin. Your skin will respond to stress. So please make sure you're taking care of yourself.
So what I would suggest for you to use anything that's more on the gentle, sensitive skin side route, because that could just be the route that you may have to go for now. I would also recommend seeing a dermatologist just to identify if you have any skin conditions that need to be helped with, because us estheticians, we can see the different skin conditions, but we're not legally able to identify it.
Yes.
We may be able to tell you what it is based on what we've seen, but as far as medical evaluation, definitely get that done through a dermatologist. But I would recommend sensitive skin products for now.
Yes.
But if you ever want to reach out to us, goldwellness.com, and you can reach out to me on Instagram at MixItUpBP. If you have any questions, it is, hey, I am we were up at 2 a.m. plus going back and forth with messages and everything.
So you can reach out to Jamila directly. Mix It Up Body Products LLC is the name of her company, and it's Mix It Up on Instagram. Jamila, BP. Okay. Yes. Let's put that in the chat as well.
It'll be at Mix It Up BP on IG. And you can reach out to me any skincare related questions. I don't care how inappropriate you think they are, because I'm also an esthetician and I've done body waxing. So, hey, any questions you have, I'm up for the challenge. If I don't know it, I will do the research on the back end and we could figure it out together.
Yeah. So Mix It Up BP. Is that it?
Yes. Mix It Up BP.
On Instagram.
And if you want to check out my website, that's the website. But in general, let's get everything done through goldwellness.com because I'm excited. That's how you get your boxes.
You'll get your boxes. You could order them. You could go ahead and participate. Like I said, you use the promo code. We're going to get everything set up with you. And we don't mind if you want to keep us accountable. If that's not up by Friday,
stay on us.
Go ahead and stay on us, and we will make sure it gets done. Because we want you to come and participate in this, because we know it's going to make a difference in your skin. And we're going to continue with this kind of programming as much as we can. Skincare tips, meditation, hair care tips, exercise, wellness, all of that. Just follow us on Gold Wellness Circle. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. So we partner with the American Cancer Society and the Alzheimer's Association as well with our fundraisers, so that we want to give back. So a portion of the proceeds that you pay us will go to help us with our programming and helping for Alzheimer's research and breast cancer awareness and cancer in general. Our third pillar is also food insecurity. That's a big thing. We've adopted some schools and stuff, because a lot of these kids come from, homeless circumstances, and they're still going to school. Their family doesn't always have enough money to feed them. So we do recognize that food insecurity is another issue. So we have a lot of phenomenal stuff going on. Just go ahead and subscribe to Gold Wellness Circle and Light of Gold PR, and we'll keep you posted. We do have an email blast that we send out every other week, so you can look for that as well. So everybody, thank you, Jamila. You were fabulous, girl.
And I was even interested in hearing about the programs. Y'all gonna see a lot more of me, not even skincare related, just being a part of whatever Gold Wellness Circle is a part of, because their stuff is amazing. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for your time. And thank you everyone for your questions. I appreciate you trusting me with your skin at the moment, with your time.
Yes, and thank you everybody for your comments and weighing in, because we want to keep this interactive. It's really important. Reach out to us. We got you. We're going to go ahead and incorporate you and keep you posted on all of our programming. So look for it. God, we might have to do a part 2 to this, Jamila. We need to talk after this.
I think we need to talk after this.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. God bless. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.